Hey friends, how are you today? I'm going to have a fantastic day, I hope you are too. Today I want to introduce you to two mentors of mine who have taught me so much. It's unbelievable, right? And these two people are my nephews, right? And this is a quick picture, I don't know if you can see them. You got Todd on the right and Riley on the left. Todd's the older one and Riley's the younger one. And the reason these two are my mentors is because, to me, they live in the now. They live in the present, right? And every single day is a new experience for them. Every single moment, every single minute, right? They've got shiny object syndrome, right? And it's a beautiful place to be. And the reason they are like this is because they aren't overwhelmed with all the brainwashing of society. They aren't overwhelmed by all the stuff that we get bombarded with on a daily basis, right? Some of it good, obviously, some of it like good knowledge, good stuff, good conversations, but their lack of wisdom, in a sense, is also their strength, because they have very little memory of their younger years, so they don't reminisce about the past. They don't think, oh, when I was 2 I was such a bad walker. No, they don't remember that, right? And what they're thinking for the future is, I want to be an astronaut. Like my nephew Todd the other day, I asked him what he wanted to be. He said he wanted to be a Lego designer. He wanted to create cool Lego for kids. And I'm like, wow man, that is a cool job, man. Like, you should go for that, because you could definitely do that, right? And I remember this conversation once that I had with Todd when I was driving him home to my sister's, and I'd introduced the moon to him, and I told him a little white lie. I said there was a theme park on the moon, right? And I was just kind of playing with his reality a little bit, because I love getting inside their abundant reality where everything is possible. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's have a theme park on the moon, right? And because he went along with it, it completely made sense in his reality. Of course there could be a theme park on the moon. I can see the moon, I can travel places, like so on and so forth, right? Of course there's a theme park on the moon. And he's like, Uncle Matt, can we go to the theme park on the moon, right? And I was just like, whoa man. Like, this kid has taken what I told him as reality, and he's processed it, and then he's created a future experience which is fun, adventurous. He's taken the lead as well, because he's taken the initiative, which is a real key element to teach kids, right? That individuality, that they can ask for stuff, they can suggest ideas, and that every idea is a legitimate idea, right? But that's a whole other issue. My point being, this beautiful reality where they live in the present and wondrous opportunities are available to them. Can you imagine being like that on a daily basis? Can you imagine living in a world where you have no fears because you don't reminisce about the past, the good and the bad? You have no guilt over the future, because you're just a kid, right? You're just living in the present, right? Imagine that as an adult though, and imagine that today you start acting completely in the present, right? You forgive yourself for all the bad things that have happened to you, right? Most of that stuff probably wasn't your fault completely, because situations, family, education, genetics, right, where you live, what culture you come from, they all have a say in who you are, right? So some of your programming won't be your fault. It's just because You're lucky enough to be who you are and where you are, and been on the journey that you've been on, right? So imagine if you could erase all the bad stuff and only remember the good stuff, right? Which will give you courage and strength for the future. And imagine if when you look to the future, all you saw was amazing opportunities that were so out of this world. Like my nephew Todd, a Lego creator, an astronaut, right? Or going to a theme park on the moon, right? Who's to say you won't be able to do that one day, you know? Now what's to say that you can't do what you believe deep down that you know you can do, right? And because you know you can do it, you can do it, right? Have no fear, have no guilt. Live in the now, enjoy the now, because right here, right now is the gift. It's the gift of being completely present, right? 3 tips on how to get to the present. If you find your mind is wandering into the past or the future and worrying about it and causing anxiety, there's 3 things you can do. The first thing is to breathe. Breathe deeply and slowly, right? You want to make sure that when you breathe, your stomach goes out and your chest and your shoulders go up, so and you feel a sense of calm come over you, because your body is telling your mind that everything's okay and that everything's relaxed and chilled, right? And your mind starts thinking, hang on a minute, I was going schizophrenic like moments ago, perhaps like I was wrong, right? And it starts adjusting to how the body is reacting. So that's the first way. The second way is to stretch. And when you stretch, you release chemicals in your body. So you stretch as far out wide as you can, as far out to above you that you can, as far out in front of you that you can, and you just make as much room around you in your bubble as you can, right? And you feel a sense of ease and you feel comfortable and more relaxed, and it tells your brain that everything's okay, right? Like you've just stretched and now you've tensed out and now you've relaxed in, right? And that's how it works. So the third thing is the most important thing, right? The third thing is mindset. Catch yourself doing the bad, negative patterns and spirals that happen on a daily basis, right? Your mind is on autopilot for so much of the day that every now and again it will dip into something negative. It will just throw a pebble at your reality and say, oh, you remember that bad thing that happened, or you think you're good enough for doing that thing, like you're not good enough for that, or because of this situation that happened in the past, right? And it brings back emotions and negative energy, and your vibration gets lower. When it gets lower, you start attracting lower vibrational energies toward you, so more bad stuff happens. So you want to keep your vibration high, because when you keep it high, you attract more good stuff into your life, because the positive abundance in life all vibrates at a high vibration, and you can only attract what you are to you. You can only attract who you are to you, right? So if you're vibrating at a high level and you're completely in the present, you attract amazing abundance into your life, right? If you're vibrating at a low level and a negative vibe, you attract bad stuff into your life, right? So get on that high level and keep there. Be like a kid. Get yourself around kids. They know exactly how to live in the present, right? They don't need to have a leadership training or mindset training to do this. They just do it. it's fantastic. And the energy that you get from just being around kids and treating them as adults, as human beings, right? Because they know so much and are just so underappreciated for how much they know. Go and appreciate a kid today, people. That's your homework today. Right, go and find a kid and go and play with them and get into their reality and start seeing the world from their point of view. And when you bring that back to your reality, you'll have a lot more fun in life. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you've learnt a few things, I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.